The Baltimore Odyssey hosts the Philadelphia Mad Dogs. Mad Dogs are managed by Buck Rogers. Baltimore is managed by Sparky Anderson. Okay, just looking at the comparison of the two teams. Philadelphia's best player with an overall rating of 68 is Al Oliver, the left fielder, Dave Parker, the right fielder, Andre Thornton, the first baseman. For Baltimore, Ricky Henderson, center fielder, Buddy Bell, the third baseman, Rod Carew, the first baseman, okay, so let's look at the starting lineups for these ball clubs. First for the visiting Philadelphia Mad Dogs, managed by Buck Rogers. Batting first, playing second base, Davey Lopes. Batting second, playing third base, Larry Parrish. Batting third, playing left field, Al Oliver. Batting cleanup, playing right field, Dave Parker. Batting fifth, playing first base, Andre Thornton. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Larry Bowa. Batting seventh, the catcher, Bob Boone. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Rick Monday. Batting ninth, the pitcher, Bruce Berini. And the starting lineup for the Baltimore Odyssey, managed by Sparky Anderson. Batting first, playing first base, Rod Carew. Batting second, playing right field, Terry Poole. Batting third, playing center field, Ricky Henderson. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, playing third base, Buddy Bell. Batting fifth, the catcher, Ron Hassett. Batting sixth, playing left field, Miguel DeLone.
Black.
Batting seventh,
Scorpion.
playing second base, Phil Garner. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Bucky Dent. Batting ninth, the starting pitcher, Rick Russell. 36,000 fans in the stands, cloudy, 48 degrees, wind blowing in from right at 9 miles per hour. It's opening day. Play ball. Opening day has arrived in Baltimore. Tonight, the Odyssey and the Mad Dogs will duke it out. Despite the cloud cover, there is no rain in the forecast. Pitcher-friendly conditions with the wind blowing in from right. It's time for the first pitch. Taking the mound for the Odyssey will be Rick Russell. Here's the pitch. Davey Lopes hits one to right field. He runs back toward the warning track, but he makes the catch for the first out, and we're underway. Here's the Baltimore Odyssey. Defensively, in left field is Miguel Delhomme, Ricky Henderson in center field, Terry Poole in right, Buddy Bell, Gold Glover at third base, Bucky Dent, the shortstop, Bill Garner at second, and Rod Carew at first. The battery, Ron Hassey behind the plate, and Rick Russell on the mound. The batter for Philadelphia, Larry Parrish. Here's the payoff pitch. That's it on the ground to the first baseman. He receives it and will take it himself for the first out, the second out. Here's the left-hand hitter, Al Oliver, facing the right-hand pitcher, Rick Russell. Here's the payoff pitch. The 0-1. That's hit on the ground to the shortstop. He will throw to first in time to retire the side. Nothing across for Philadelphia. There's no score. Bottom of the first inning. Here are the Philadelphia Mad Dogs defensively. Al Oliver in left, Rick Monday in center, and Dave Parker in right field. Larry Parrish at third base. Gold Glover Larry Boa at short. Gold Glover Davey Lopes at second. Andre Thornton at first base. The battery, Gold Glover Bob Boone behind the plate, and Bruce Berini on the mound. For the Odyssey, it will be Carew, Poole, and Henderson due up. Here's the payoff pitch, the 0-1. That's it in the air. It's a soft line drive to the shortstop. He'll make the catch. One away. The batter, left-hand hitter Terry Poole, facing the right-hand pitcher Bruce Berini. Here's the payoff, the 0-2 pitch. That's it in the air, and that's up the middle for a base hit. So with a one out, Poole singles to center. Good speed at first base. The right hand hitting Ricky Henderson will step in, the number 3 hitter, facing the righty Berini. Here's the one out payoff. Full count pitch misses, ball 4. Terry Poole to second base. Ricky Henderson now at first. 2 on with 1 out. Right-hand hitter Buddy Bell steps to the plate. The right-hand hitter faces the right-hand batter. Here's the pitch. Right-hand pitcher. That's it in the air to left field. He will come in and make the catch. He throws it into the cutoff man, and the runners do not advance. 2 out now. Here's the left-hand hitter Ron Hassey. Righty versus lefty. Here's the payoff pitch, the 1-2. Ground ball to the shortstop. He'll go the short way to second for the force play, and that retires the side. Baltimore gets a hit and a walk and nothing more. Through 1 inning, there's no score. Top of the second inning. For Philadelphia, it will be Parker, Thornton, and Boa due up. Left-hand hitting Dave Parker facing the righty Rick Russell. Here's the payoff pitch, the 1-2. And that's strike three called. That's the first out of the second inning. Right-hand hitting Andre Thornton will step to the plate. He's the number 5 hitter, facing the right-hander. The payoff pitch, the 3-1. That's low, ball 4, and he'll take his base. Andre Thornton with the base on balls. The left-hand hitting Larry Boa will step in. He's the number 6 hitter, facing the righty Russell. 1 out, no score. The payoff pitch, the 1-0. That's hit in the air to the second baseman, and he'll catch the line drive for the second out. The runner dives into first safely. 2 out. Andre Thornton at first base. The batter, right-hand hitting Bob Boone. Righty versus righty. Here's the 2-out delivery from Russell. That's on the ground to third. He bobbles it, and it's error. It's an error on the third baseman. Andre Thornton to second base. Error on the third baseman for Baltimore, Buddy Bell. First error of the game for Baltimore. The batter, left-hand hitter Rick Monday. 2 on, 2 out. No score. Here's the payoff pitch from Rick Russell. The 2-1 is hit in the air to left. He's there to make the catch, and that retires the side. No runs on an error and a walk. 2 runners left on. There's still no score. We've played an inning and a half. We go to the bottom of the second. For Baltimore, it will be DeLone, Garner, and Dent due up. Left-hand hitting Miguel DeLone, facing the righty Bruce Berini. Here's the payoff pitch, the 1-0. That's in the air to center. He races toward the infield and will make the catch for the first out. The batter, right-hand hitting Phil Garner, will step in, the number 7 hitter, the second baseman, righty versus righty. Here's the 1-out pitch, the 1-0. That's hit in the air, and it's a base hit to left field. The 1-out single for Garner. Good speed at first. The batter, right-hand hitting Bucky Dent. For Baltimore, here in the bottom of the second. Philadelphia versus Baltimore in a National League game in the Perfect Baseball League. Here's the pitch. And that's low. The runner's going, and he is caught stealing. Phil Garner is out at second base. That's the second out of the second inning. Right-hand hitting Bucky Dent steps in. Here's the payoff pitch, the 1-1. And the air to right. And he'll make the catch, and the inning is over. The Odyssey get nothing on 1 hit. We play 2 innings, and there's no score. Top of the third inning for Philadelphia. It'll be the pitcher Berini, followed by Lopes and Parrish. Due up. Right-hand pitching Rick Russell in his third inning of work. Facing the right-hander Bruce Berini, his opposite number. Here's the payoff pitch, the 2-2. That's on the ground. First baseman has it. He'll throw it to the pitcher covering for the out. 1 away. Here's the leadoff hitter, right-hander Davey Lopes. Righty versus righty. Here's the pitch from Russell. The 2-2 pitch. On the ground to short. Scoops it up, throws the first in time. 2 up, 2 down. Here's right-hand hitting Larry Parrish, the number 2 hitter. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Full count. The payoff. That's in the air to left field. He's running back. He won't get it. It leaves the yard. It's a solo home run. Larry Parrish, with his first homer this season, puts Philadelphia in the lead 1-0. Let's take a look at the data. 370 feet, a 97 mile an hour off the bat exit velocity, 27-degree launch angle, a 71 mile an hour curveball, hit by Larry Parrish off of Rick Russell. And that gives the Philadelphia Mad Dogs the lead 1-0 over the Baltimore Odyssey. Two out. The batter is left-hand hitting Al Oliver. He's the number 3 hitter. The left fielder is 0 for 1. Righty versus lefty. Here's the payoff. That's it on the ground to third. He'll throw, and it's in time. Side retired. The Mad Dogs get a run. The score is now 1-0. Mad Dogs in front. Bottom of the third inning. For the Odyssey, it'll be the pitcher, Rick Russell, followed by the leadoff man, Carew, and Terry Poole. Righty versus righty. The opposite numbers face each other here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch to Russell, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the first out. Leadoff hitter Rod Carew will step in. He's hitting from the left side. Right-hander Bereni now ready. Here's the full count pitch. That's in the air to center field. He's running back toward the warning track, and he'll make the catch. 2 away. Here's Terry Poole, the left-hand hitter. The righty Bereni delivers the 3-0. And that misses, ball 4, and he'll take his base with 2 out. Terry Poole at first base with good speed. The batter, right-hand hitting Ricky Henderson. The right-hander Bereni now ready. 2 out, bottom of the third. The Odyssey trail by a run. Here's the payoff, 1-0 pitch. Runner going. And he will steal second base. Terry Poole is safe at second. Runner in scoring position for the Odyssey, the tying run at second base. The batter Ricky Henderson will step in, 2 out. Here's the 1-1. He hits that on the ground to the first baseman, and he boots it. Error on the first baseman, and the runners are safe. Terry Poole to third base, and Ricky Henderson is safe at first. Legendary speed at first base. Good speed at third. The error is charged to Philadelphia first baseman Andre Thornton. That's the first error for Philadelphia. Each team has an error in this game. Bottom of the third inning, 2 outs. outs, runners on the corners. Philadelphia leads 1-0. Baltimore right-hand hitting Buddy Bell will step in. He's the cleanup hitter. The third baseman is 0 for 1. Here's the 2-out pitch. Righty versus righty. In the air to right field. He runs towards center field and makes the catch. Side retired in the home third. The Odyssey get 2 base runners but do not score. The Mad Dogs remain out in front, 1-0. Top of the 4th inning. Due up for the Mad Dogs, Dave Parker, Andre Thornton, and Larry Bowa. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Right-hand pitching Rick Russell, facing the left-hand hitting Dave Parker. Philadelphia leads by a run. Here's the payoff pitch. That's it on the ground to the first baseman. He'll throw to the pitcher covering for the first out. Rod Carew makes the play to Rick Russell covering. The batter, right-hand hitting Andre Thornton. The first baseman doesn't have an at-bat. I believe he walked. Here's the payoff pitch with 1 out in the top of the 4th. Full count pitch. He hits the ball in the air. Center fielder is ranging toward the warning track, and he'll make the catch for the second out. Here's Larry Bowa. He's 0 for 1. The number 6 hitter. The left-hander facing the righty Rick Russell. Here's the payoff pitch. It's in the air. Center fielder is racing in, but I think, no, it's on the infield. I'm sorry. The shortstop will make the play on the pop-up, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down in the Philadelphia 4th. The Mad Dogs lead the Odyssey 1-0. Due up for the Baltimore Odyssey, Hasse, DeLone, and Garner, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Right-hand pitching Bruce Berini has allowed 2 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Here's the payoff pitch, the 0-2. That's in the air, and that's a base hit to left field. The leadoff man is on for the Odyssey. The tying run is at first base. Left-hand hitting Miguel DeLone will step in. Hasse is not a threat to steal. Right-hand pitcher versus the left-hand hitter. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the payoff. The 1-0. Has laid it down, the bunt. First baseman has it. He will throw to the second baseman covering. And he is safe at first base. He beats out the throw. They scored a base hit. Hasse at second base. DeLone at first. The batter, right-hand hitting Phil Garner. Facing the right-handed pitcher. Nobody out. Here's the payoff. That's it in the air to center field. Racing toward the infield. He'll make the catch. The runners do not advance. That's the first out of the inning. The batter, right-hand hitting Bucky Dent. The shortstop is 0 for 1. 2 on, 1 out. Odyssey trail by a run. The tying run is at second. The go-ahead run is at first. Here's the payoff pitch. That's it sharply past the first baseman into right field for a hit. There'll be a play at the plate, but the ball is cut off. There's a play at third, and he's safe at third as well. RBI single for Bucky Dent. I believe Hasse is the runner that scored, and the game is now tied 1-1. Bottom of the fourth inning, runners at the corners, Delone at third, Dent at first. The pitcher, Rick Russell, will step to the plate. With one out, here's the payoff. He hits it in the air to right field. The runner will tag, and he's hit it home. The throw is cut off. So the sacrifice is successful. The second run scores for Baltimore. It's 2-1. Here's the left-hand hitter, Rod Carew, stepping in. He's the leadoff hitter. He's 0 for 2 today. The righty, Berini, ready. Bucky Dent at first, 2 out. Baltimore now has a one-run lead. He gets a ground ball to first. He'll take it himself. Inning over. The Odyssey push 2 runs across. They jump out in front, 2-1. Top of the fifth inning. Baltimore has taken a 2-1 lead over the Philadelphia Mad Dogs. It's opening day at Odyssey Field, home of the Baltimore Odyssey. This is Perfect Baseball League. For Philadelphia, it'll be Boone Monday and the pitcher Berini due up. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Right-hand hitting Bob Boone will step in. He's 0 for 1, facing the righty Russell in his 4th inning of work. He's allowed 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Here's the payoff pitch, the 1-1. That's in the air to right field, and it'll get down for a base hit. The leadoff man is aboard. And Bob Boone is at first base. Not a real threat to steal. Left-hand hitting Rick Monday will step in. He's the number 8 hitter, facing the righty Russell. He's 0 for 1. Here's the 1-0. That's on the ground to the first baseman. He will throw to second to get the lead runner. Fielder's choice, and that's the first out of the inning. Rick Monday is at first on the fielder's choice, and the pitcher, Berini, will step to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Righty versus righty. 1 out. Mad Dogs trail by a run. He lays a bunt down in front of the plate. The catcher pounces on it, throws the first in time. Rick Monday will advance to second base. 2 out now. Right-hand hitting Davey Lopes, the leadoff man, will step in. He's 0 for 2. Tying run at second base with 2 out. Here's the payoff pitch, the full count. Hit to the third baseman. He picks it up and throws across the diamond to retire the side. The Mad Dogs get nothing and strand 1. The Odyssey still lead 2-1. Bottom of the fifth. For Baltimore, it'll be Poole, Henderson, and Bell due up. Left-hand hitting Terry Poole will step in, the number 2 hitter. Righty Bereni now ready. The full count pitch. That's on the ground to first. He'll take it himself for the out. One away. Andre Thornton for Philadelphia makes the unassisted put up. Here's Ricky Henderson, number 3 hitter. 0 for 1. Righty versus righty. Here's the payoff pitch, the 1-0. Hit on the ground to third. He'll throw in time. 2 out. Third baseman Larry Parrish for Philadelphia makes the play. Here's right-hand hitting Buddy Bell. He's 0 for 2. The 3-0. That's low, ball 4, and he'll take his base with 2 out. Decent speed at first, and Buddy Bell, left-hand hitting Ron Hassey, will step in. He's the number 5 hitter. The catcher is 1 for 2 today. Righty versus lefty, 2 out. Here's the payoff. The 3-0 misses, ball 4. He's walked 2 batters in this inning. Left-hand hitting Miguel Delone will step in, facing the righty Bereni, who has 4 walks today. Here's the payoff, the 1-1. That's on the ground to the third baseman. He will throw to first to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 2 runners left. The Odyssey still have a 2-1 lead. We've played 5 innings. Philadelphia has 1 run on 2 hits. They've committed an error. Baltimore has 2 runs on 5 hits. They have also committed an error. For the Mad Dogs, it'll be Parrish, Oliver, and Parker due up. Philadelphia Mad Dogs begin their season on the road in Baltimore in this National League contest in the Perfect Baseball League. Rick Russell, in his 6th inning of work, has allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Right-hand hitting Larry Parrish will step in, the number 2 hitter for Philadelphia. Here's the payoff. The 2-1 pitch. That's it up the middle, base hit. Leadoff man is aboard. Philadelphia trails by a run. Larry Parrish represents the tying run at first base. The batter, left-hand hitting Al Oliver, the number 3 hitter. He's 0 for 2. Rick Russell ready. Nobody out. The 0-1 is hit sharply into center field for a base hit. Runner on second is headed for third, and he slides into third safely. With no one out, runners are at the corners. For the left-hand hitting Dave Parker, the cleanup hitter, will step in. He's 0 for 2. The tying run is at third base. The go-ahead run is at first. Right-hand Russell versus the lefty Parker. The full count pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The pitcher wins that battle. That's the first out of the inning. Still danger here. Right-hand hitting Andre Thornton will step in. He's 0 for 1. Parrish at third. Al Oliver at first. Here's the right-hand delivery. The 2-2. Hit on the ground to second base. He'll go to first and get the out, but the tying run will score from third base. Parrish, Oliver, will advance to second base. Score now tied 2-2. Left-hand hitting Larry Boa will step in, the number 6 hitter, 0 for 2. The righty Russell ready with the 1-2. Grounder to the second baseman. He will throw to first in time to retire the side. 1 run on 2 base hits, no errors, a runner left on. The game is now tied 2 runs apiece. Bottom of the 6th inning. Score tied 2-2. For Baltimore, it'll be the bottom of the order. Garner, Dent, and Russell. 5 innings of work for Bereni. He's given up 5 hits, 2 earned runs. He's walked 4 and struck out 1. Here's the payoff pitch to Phil Garner. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First out. Right-hand hitter Bucky Dent will step in. Here's the payoff. Full count pitch. And that misses, ball 4. And that's the 5th base on balls given up by Bereni. Bucky Dent at first, not a threat to steal. The pitcher, Russell, will step in with 1 out. The 1-1. He lays one down. The pitcher has it. He'll go to first. The sacrifice is successful as Bucky Dent will advance to second. 2 out now. The left-hand hitting Carew will step in. Righty versus lefty. The full count pitch. It's low, ball 4. Now there's 2 on with 2 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the go-ahead run is at second base. The score tied 2-2. Left-handed hitter Terry Poole will step to the plate. The righty Bruce Bereni in his 6th inning of work. 2 out. Here's the pitch. The 1-2. That's it on the ground. The pitcher will get it, and he throws to first, but it's not in time. The runner is safe, and the bases are loaded. Bucky Dent to third, Rod Carew to second base. So with 2 outs, the Odyssey have the bases loaded. The batter is Ricky Henderson, and there'll be a mound visit and a pitching change. The right-hand pitcher, Lynn McLaughlin, will take the mound. Lynn McLaughlin. Bottom of the 6th inning, score tied, 2 out, bases loaded. Ricky Henderson at the plate, righty versus righty. Here's the payoff pitch from McLaughlin. The 1-2 delivered. That's it in the air, and it's a base hit to right field. It will score 2 runs. 2 RBI. And Philadelphia takes a 4-2 lead. Ricky Henderson delivers. Terry Poole at second base, Henderson at first. Still 2 out. Here's right-hand hitting Buddy Bell, the cleanup hitter. 0 for 2 today. Righty versus righty. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Side retired. Odyssey get 2 and take a 2-run lead. Top of the 7th inning. For Philadelphia, it'll be Boone Monday and the shortstop Landis Stoy. as we did a double switch. Landistoi is in the pitching spot, and McLaughlin is hitting sixth. All right. Russell still on the mound in his seventh inning of work. 4 hits allowed, 2 earned runs. Walked 1, struck out 2. Here's the right-hand hitting Bob Boone. Righty versus righty. The payoff pitch. The 1-0. That's on the ground to the shortstop. He'll pick it up, throw to first, and the first baseman can't handle the throw. They charge the shortstop with the error. So Bucky Dent gets the error. That's the second error of the day for Baltimore. And Bob Boone is at first base for Philadelphia. Left-hand hitting Rick Monday will step in. He's 0 for 2. Facing the righty Russell. Nobody out. The Mad Dogs trail by 2 runs. Here's the payoff, the 2-2. On the ground past the mound. The shortstop has it. He looks at second, but will go to first for the out. Bob Boone is at second base. 1 out now. The left-hand hitting Rafael Landistoi will step in. He's the shortstop. He came in on the double switch for McLaughlin. Right-hand pitching Russell against the lefty Landistoi. 1 out. Here's the payoff, the 2-2. Hit on the ground to first. He has it. It's a hot shot, and he handles it and will make the unassisted put out at first. Bob Boone will advance to third base. 2 out. Boone is at third base. Philadelphia trails by 2, so Davey Lopes, who steps in, is the tying run. He's 0 for 3. Righty versus righty. Here's the payoff. That's in the air on the infield. The second baseman looks like he'll make the catch, and he does. That's the end of the Philadelphia half of the 7th. 1 error by Baltimore in the inning, but Philadelphia fails to capitalize. Baltimore still leading 4-2. The Odyssey Field crowd now rises for the 7th inning stretch. Bottom of the 7th inning. For the homestanding Baltimore Odyssey, it'll be Hassey, DeLone, and Garner due up, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Right-hand pitching Lynn McLaughlin, starting his first complete inning. Here's the payoff. 1-1 pitch. That's on the ground to second. Picks it up, throws the first in time. Routine, 1 away. Here's the left-hand hitting Miguel DeLone. Here's the payoff. He hits that in the air, and that's a base hit to left. So with 1 out, DeLone is on. Great speed. A threat to steal second. Here's the right-hand hitting Garner will step in. He's the number 7 hitter. He's 1 for 3. Righty versus righty. 1 out. The Odyssey lead by 2. Here's the payoff, the 1-0 pitch. On the ground to third. He bobbles it, and it's an error. DeLone is safe at second. The batter is safe at first. Larry Parrish, the third baseman for the Philadelphia Mad Dogs, is charged with the error. That is the second error for Philadelphia. Both teams have 2 errors in the game. DeLone is second. Garner at first. Good speed on the base pass. Right hand hitting Bucky Dent steps in. The number 8 hitter. 1 for 2 with a run batted in. 1 out. The 2-2. That's in the air. The center fielder moves toward right and will make the catch. The runner on second cannot advance. 2 away. The batter, left hand hitting Omar Moreno, will pinch hit. Facing the right hander McLaughlin. 2 out, 2 on. Bottom of the 7th. The Odyssey already lead by 2. Here's the payoff. The full count pitch. That's in the air. Oh, that's deep. It's carrying, and I don't think the yard will hold it. It is out of here. A 3-run shot. And the Odyssey are now up 7-2. Looked like it barely got out of here. It was hit very high. 344 feet. 92 miles an hour off the bat. 37-degree angle. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball from the arm of Lynn McLaughlin. Hit out by Omar Moreno. Good old number 18. And it gives the Odyssey a 5-run lead. Two out. Left-hand hitting Rod Carew will step in. He's the leadoff man. He's 0 for 3. McLaughlin with the payoff pitch. The 3-0. And that's ball 4. He walked him. So with 2 out, they walk Rod Carew. Good speed aboard. Here's the left-hand hitting Terry Poole. Terry is 2 for 3 today. Righty versus lefty. The 2-1. That's in the air to center. He's racing toward the infield, but he'll make the catch. And that retires the side. Baltimore scores 3 on 2 hits. One of those hits a homer. The score is 7-2, Baltimore over Philadelphia. Top of the 8th inning. There'll be a pitching change for the Odyssey. Gold Glover Jim Cott will take the mound. For the Mad Dogs, it'll be Parrish, Oliver, and Parker due up the heart of the order, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Here's Larry Parrish, left-hand pitcher versus the right-hand hitter. The 2-2. And that's a strike 3 called. First out of the inning. Jim Cott works fast. Left-hand hitting Al Oliver on the at the plate. Lefty versus lefty with 1 out. The Mad Dogs trail by 5 runs here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the payoff, the 1-0. That's in the air toward the shortstop, and he'll make the catch of the line drive. 2 out. Left-hand hitting Dave Parker, the cleanup hitter, will step in. He's 0 for 3. Lefty versus lefty. The 2-2 pitch. He hits that solidly into the corner, and that's good for extra bases. He jogs into second base with a stand-up double. So Dave Parker doubles with 2 out. And here's the right-hand hitting Andre Thornton to step in. Philadelphia trails by 5 here in the top of the 8th. Lefty versus righty. Here's the payoff. That's hit in the air, and that's a base hit to center field. The runner rounding third hit it home. There'll be a play at the plate, and he's safe. So Parker will score on the RBI single. It looks like Henderson was injured on the play there, examine his foot, and they have to take him out of the game. So Ricky Henderson will have to be taken out of the game. It's an RBI single for Andre Thornton. And it's now 7-3. Baltimore still ahead. So Thornton is at first. Lonnie Smith will step in, the pinch hitter, the right-hand hitter, facing the lefty Cott. 2 out. Philadelphia has cut the lead to 4. Here's the payoff, the 0-1. That's in the air to center. He will make the catch. Side retired. Mad Dogs come up with a run, and they draw closer. It's 7-3. Bottom of the 8th. It'll be right fielder Paul Dade, followed by Bell and Hasse for Baltimore. Here's Paul Dade. New pitcher for Philadelphia. Jeff Zahn will take the hill, the lefty. So it's the left-handed Zahn versus the righty Dade. Here's the payoff. Full count pitch. In the air to center field. He moves toward left and makes the catch. First out. Here's Buddy Bell. He's 0 for 3. The cleanup hitter. Lefty versus righty. The payoff pitch, the 0-1. That's on the ground toward the shortstop. He will grit it. He will throw across and make the out for 2 out. Here's Ron Hasse. Left-hand hitter versus the lefty Zahn. Hasse's 1 for 3 today. 2 out. Bottom of the 8th. Odyssey has a comfortable 4-run lead. The payoff pitch, the 1-1. That's hit in a line to the second baseman. He will make the catch for the final out. The Odyssey go down in order, still 7-3 in favor of the Odyssey. Top of the 9th inning, they need 4 to tie. For Philadelphia, it'll be Boone, Monday, and Landistor. The bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Jim Cott, in his second inning of work, has allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run. He hasn't walked anyone, and he struck out 1. Bob Boone versus the lefty Cott. The 1-0. That's in the air to right field. He's running toward the foul line, and he'll make the catch for the first out. Left-hand hitting Rick Monday will step to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Facing the lefty Cott. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's on the ground up the middle. Base hit. Solid single with 1 out. And Philadelphia has base runners. Rick Monday at first, decent speed. Rafael Landistor, the shortstop, will step in. He's 0 for 1. Lefty versus the right-hand hitter. 1 away. Here's the payoff, the 1-0. That's in the air on the infield. The third baseman moves on the infield grass and will make the catch for the second out. The Mad Dogs are down to their final out. The batter, leadoff hitter Davey Lopes. Lopes is 0 for 4. Monday at first base. Lefty versus righty. Here's the payoff. Full count. And he walked him. Ball 4. 2 men on. And the batter is right-hand hitting Larry Parrish. Tying run is on deck. Monday at second. Lopes at first. Parrish is 2 for 4 with a homer and a run batted in. Here's the payoff. The 3-1. That's on the ground, past the mound. The second baseman will scoop it, but he has to eat it. And the bases are loaded. Monday the third, Lopes the second. The batter's safe. And left-hand hitting Al Oliver will step to the plate. He's 1 for 4. The left-hand pitching Steve Howe will come in for Baltimore. Steve Howe. So Al Oliver represents the tying run. Here's the payoff pitch from lefty Howe to lefty Oliver. The 0-2. He hits it up the middle, base hit. That's 1 run in. A second man will stop at third. It's now 7-4 as Al Oliver delivers the RBI single. Here's the left-hand hitting Dave Parker, the cleanup hitter. He's 1 for 4 today. Facing the left-hander Steve Howe for Baltimore. Lopes at third, Parrish at second, Oliver at first. The payoff pitch. The 3-1 pitch is hit sharply in the gap. That's all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. A second man is scored. A third man is hit it home, and he is safe. They have tied this ball game. Dave Parker with a 3 RBI double delivers for Philadelphia. Here's Andre Thornton. He's 1 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. So the lefty Howe has let all these runs home. Here's the payoff. The 2-1 pitch. That's hit on the ground to third. He dives for it, picks it up, and he makes a bad throw to first. They charge him with an error, and the runners are safe. Buddy Bell, that's his second error of the game, the third error for Baltimore. Parker's at third, Andre Thornton's at first, and the batter is Jim Spencer, the pinch hitter. Lefty versus lefty, here's the payoff. That's on the ground to the second baseman. He will take it himself to end this inning. Philadelphia came into the inning needing 4. They got him. And the score is tied 7-7. For Baltimore, it'll be Delone, Garner, and Dent due up to 6, 7, and 8 hitters. New pitcher for Philadelphia, it'll be Rick Waits. The lefty will take the mound for the Mad Dogs. Bottom of the ninth. Any run wins the game. Here's the payoff. The 2-1. That's on the ground to the shortstop. He picks it up, throws the first. That's 1 away. Here's Garner. Lefty versus righty. Score tied 7-7. 2-2 pitch. It's in there. A strike called. And let's see. Bucky Dent's the batter. Right-hand hitter. Facing the lefty. Waits. Here's the payoff, the 1-0. That's on the ground to the second baseman. The shortstop. He got it, and he'll throw him out. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. We get some free baseball. Through 9, it's a 7-7 score. Well, since I'm only contractually obligated to call 9 innings, we'll see how this ends. Bob Boone is the batter. New pitcher, Dale Murray for Baltimore. The 1-1 pitch. That's it in the air to right field. He'll make the catch for the first out. Lefty Rick Monday. The 1-1. He hits that in the air to right. And he won't get this one. This is going to go all the way to the wall. That's a double. He slides in safely. So a 1-out double by Rick Monday. The go-ahead run is at second base. Here's Landeskog. The 1-0. He hits that base hit. Now he's rounding third. Is he going home? He is. There's a play at the plate. And the throw is offline, and he'll score. Philadelphia takes an 8-7 lead here in the 10th inning. Landeskog at first. Good speed. Right hand hitting Lopes at the plate. Righty versus righty. 1 out. The 1-1 pitch. That's on the ground and it's by the shortstop. Looked like it went between his legs. The runner on second will stop there. And the Odyssey can't seem to get anybody out now. 1 out, 2 on. Here's Parrish. He hits it in the air to center. He'll make the catch for the second out. Here's left-hander Oliver facing the right-handed Murray. The payoff pitch in the air. Left fielder's there. Makes the catch. So Philadelphia gets a run. They lead 8-7. New pitcher for Philadelphia. It'll be Joe Sambito. Joe Sambito on the mound. For Baltimore, U.L. Washington will lead off. He came in on the double switch for Murray. Bottom of the 10th, and he won the tie to the win. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's it in the air, and that's a base hit right field. The leadoff man is on. The tying run is at first base. Here's the leadoff man. The leadoff hitter, Rod Carew. Lefty versus lefty. Sambito. The 0-1. On the ground to the shortstop. They go to second for 1. And that's it. They get the force at second. Carew is fast. So they get the fielder's choice. 1 away. Carew safe at first. Good speed. Left hand hitting Poole at the plate. Lefty versus lefty. 1 out. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 out. Here's right hand hitting Paul Dade with Carew at first. The tying run is at first base. The go-ahead winning run is at the plate. But there's 2 out. Lefty versus righty. Here's the payoff. 3-1. That's hit sharply into right field, and that's a base hit. Runner on second is hit it for third. The throw to third is not in time. Carew will go all the way to third base on the single with 2 out. Carew is the tying run at third base. Dade is the winning run at first, the batter. Right hand hitting Buddy Bell. He's the cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 4. Lefty versus righty. Here's the payoff pitch. The 1-1. On the ground to the third baseman. He'll throw to first in time. And the Philadelphia Mad Dogs come from behind to defeat the Baltimore Odyssey on opening day in Baltimore, 8-7. A lot of runs scored, 15, but a lot of sloppy baseball, 5 errors. Now let's take a look at the totals. First, for the victorious Philadelphia Mad Dogs, 8 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors. Philadelphia left 10 men on base. Baltimore had 7 runs, 11 hits, and 3 errors. They left 12 men on base. They had the game won and let it slip away. Philadelphia with a 4-run 9th and then a 1-run 10th. 5 runs. Get it done. Mad Dogs deal Odyssey an 8-7 loss. Crowds lined up early in front of Odyssey Field, eagerly awaiting the start of the 1980 Major League Baseball season. On the mound was Bruce Berini for the visiting Philadelphia Mad Dogs and Rick Russell for the hometown Baltimore Odyssey. In a spirited contest, the Mad Dogs pulled out the win, defeating the Odyssey by a score of 8-7. Especially impressive was Larry Parrish. Philadelphia used timely hitting of Rafael Landeskog to seize the win. The shortstop stroked a run-scoring single in the top of the 10th inning to put the Mad Dogs on top 8-7. It was his only hit in 3 at-bats, but it was a game changer. Nice to tuck this one away, said Parrish. Parrish had 3 hits. He scored 3 runs. He knocked in a run. Not bad. Al Oliver had 2 hits. Dave Parker had 2 hits and 3 runs batted in. Then we hit a home run. Parrish hit a home run, and Reno hit a home run. Thornton had 2 hits. No, Thornton had 2 RBI. 2 hits for Poole for Baltimore, 2 hits for DeLone. The winning pitcher is Rick Waits. He's 1-0. Joe Sambito? Yeah, Joe Sambito got the save for Philadelphia. Steve Howe blew the save for Baltimore, and Murray got the loss. Player of the game is Larry Parrish, third baseman for the Philadelphia Mad Dogs. Ricky Henderson was injured while throwing the ball. The center fielder, so we'll see what his status is. So the final score, the Philadelphia Mad Dogs defeat the Baltimore Odyssey 8-7. This is the Perfect Baseball League and the Sim Baseball Vision.